morning, Thursday in the Isle of Spice, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world, a bright and splucious good Thursday morning to each and every one of you tuned into Good Morning Grenada. Thank you for your time. Good morning to the folks joining us from the GBN Television Facebook page, the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel, www.gbn.gd, GBN TV channel 7, 11, and 20, and the folks always tuned into Classic 105.5, 105.9, Hot 98.5, 98.7. Good morning to all the folks joining us across the Caribbean, which they have had a good day. That should capture everybody. All right, let's do this. No sticking this morning. This morning's word of the day is encumber, verb which means claim, such as a mortgage. In Old French, the noun camber meant a defensive obstacle formed by felled trees constructed in the bed of a river to hold back fish or protect the banks. That notion of whole verb encumber. One can be physically encumbered or figuratively, giving us the adjectives cum-ber, a verb which means to weigh down or burden, to impede or hamper the burden with legal claim, such as a mortgage. An example of the use of the word this morning, the village thing. Another example of the use of the word, those who do handle radioactive material must first don protective suits that are inherently cumbersome and are further encumbered by the air hoses needed to allow the wearer to breathe. An example of the use of the word to impede or hamper the function or activity. And this morning's back to school safety tip, parents are encouraged to ensure that children have all the supplies they need. Those that return to school Monday, especially the younger ones, so ensure that the hand sanitizer bottles are filled, ensure the masks are washed regularly, material and double check the supplies, because you never know, especially the younger ones. I could see them sharing. You want some of my hand sanitizer? I could see them sharing it now. Just double check. All right, let's see what's celebrated today. Today is September 10th. It is World Suicide Prevention. According to statistics, every 40 seconds, someone takes their own life, according to the World Health Organization. That's about 800,000 people worldwide every year, although some estimates put that number closer to 1 million. Suicide is the leading cause of suicides. What we know for sure is that there's a lot to live for. So those of us who are and through some tough times, some people who are finding it difficult to cope, especially during these COVIDious times, those of us are aware of some people who need out a hand. Reach out a hand to a friend. Some could distract too, as I've heard from accounts of attempted suicides. So reach out a hand today, World Suicide Prevention Day. All right, let's see. Notice time. The traffic department of the RGPF has advised that temporary traffic September 14th. Remember, it was a temporary fix a few months ago. I'm on Morass Hill when the road gave way. Effective this Monday, September 14th. So please, those of you who use the area, be aware of the traffic changes that will take. But please, if you can find the information, it is on the RGPF's Facebook page, Royal Grenada Police Force Facebook page. The notice is there, so check it out, those of you who use the area, and make sure that you are aware of what is taking place effective Monday, God willing. I also received a registration period started September. Payments must be made for the subjects that your child or children will be sitting in CSEC exams 2021. More financial obligations for parents, but it's for your child's betterment. So check out the Ministry of Education. Registration ends September 30th, which is in just about 20 days. So you have roughly 3 weeks. So Andre Fletcher and the St. Lucia Zooks whoop-de-whoop take on Trinidad and Tobago Knight Riders. You know who are supporting. Check out the match. It starts at 10 right here on Classic 105. The prefer to miss the cricket in action. So tune into Classic at 9:30 for this morning's final. Andre Fletcher and the St. Lucia Zooks and back. We'll be back.
Good evening to our viewers and listeners on K105. This is GBN News at 7. The COVID-19 pandemic in the United States and the rest of the world has found Assistant Professor at SGU, Grenada's political climate and the element of uncertainty set the benchmark for an interesting discussion.
If I look at the political climate from the point of view of the parties now and politicians, it's one of great concern. If I look at it from the point of view of the electorate, of people who are being governed by the politicians, it's even greater concern.
Financial, economic and employment concerns, scientist Dr. Damian Greaves believes this, the assistant professor at SGU says, has lent itself to the revelry and protest shown in the form of jab, demonstrating people's dissatisfaction, vexation and disillusionment with the status quo.
And then you have the COVID-19 bill, which sort of exacerbated situations because, in my humble opinion, the issue was not allowed, the contents of the bill were not allowed to be ventilated in the public so that the public could be seized of the gravity of what was there and seized of the contents. And therefore, people decided, including the Bar Association, members of the Bar Association decided that we need to protest.
Buzz flare easily and psychologically people are feeling pressured tremendously. Dr. Graves adds, in the US, be transferred here to affect our decision making.
In the Caribbean, we are borrowing quite heavily, although our circumstances may be slightly different, but our circumstances encourage, motivate, cause people to want to move in a direction, in a particular direction, in terms of what is happening around them. The name of the game, the word of the day is uncertainty. What is happening to us? Is trying to push ahead. And perhaps pushing ahead.
The political scientist says it is a season of uncertainty, rich for protests. With the
incumbent administration is uncertain about what is going on, but is moving along. The opposition is uncertain about what is going on, but is moving around, and sometimes, in some ways, trying to grope in the dark and try to look for the issues that would basically resonate. The leader of the opposition, almost standing alone in Parliament, finds himself also in a position of uncertainty and trying to rally the issues.
Major issues affecting minibuses, the hurricane season adding to the COVID-19 scenario, and the economy facing a depression, Dr. Greaves notes.
The wearing of a face mask is still mandatory as it serves as a protection against the spread of COVID-19. Despite officials announcing that the country remains COVID-free for the past 8 weeks, there aren't. But parents are concerned as their children head back to school.
With students returning to school, some parents are concerned about their children wearing a mask all day.
Sanitizer is they come from the using something they have to be sanitizing. So that's time wasting in school. It's difficult for children to be wearing mask holding. The teacher really have to be vigilant watching that child especially when he put on the mask. They're always telling him put it up. But you have to always remember to have your mask in the bag and try to have it on so the teacher will always be nagging at him to wear his mask.
No big problem if you have to, that's protocol, so she have to wear it.
Principal of the St. David's RC School, Nicole Batiste, says at her school, they will exercise some leniency.
I think we'll be reasonable difficulty, then we encourage the parents to keep them at home during that time. But in school, we know that it will be uncomfortable at times, so then the teachers during the class period at different times will give little breaks.
Parents are encouraged to issue in writing any health challenges their child or children. The Ministry of Education has also allowed for a 3-feet distance as part of the protocol schools are to be guided by. Christelina John, GBN News.
E-books will soon become silent. One school principal views this as a 5.
While government attempts to fulfill one of its camp, the device remains the property of government. On Tuesday at the Westerhall Secondary School, Ministry of Education officials were on hand to present parents of Form 5 students with their devices. A contract document, the collection, students and their parents were shown how to operate the device, which features books and other apps they would encounter, and says this is a new way of learning for them as teachers. However, they are up for the task.
Also, we had additional in their profile according to their subjects, and to show them how to upload videos and that sort of things. So we gave them the practice yesterday to learn how to use the devices and how easy it can be for them to teach in the classroom.
This is her plan for students in terms of adapting to the new learning tool.
Apps on the devices. We're hoping to have little sessions with them as to how you can download to download the Zoom platform so that we can have sessions with them when they're away from the school.
Her advice to parents is this.
I really want the parents have to constantly remind the students to take care of the devices. It's important to have to pay a fine, so we have to make sure that the students and the parents extra care in ensuring that nothing happens to it.
The device is rented to students for 1 year. However, it must be noted that the device remains the property of the government or police force within a 24-hour period. Christina John, GBN News.
We take a break, but still to come on your one. This is Network News at 7. Stay with us. Welcome back. The people of Carriacou will soon boast of adding another island-based resort, which is set to increase the room stock on the island. We get the details in this report from Cherry and Blackman Stephen.
Of Carriacou will soon receive a significant room stock increase. In its first phase, the Casada Bay Resort involves the construction of 2 3-bedroom units together with a restaurant and bar, and is earmarked to be completed by April 2021. The project is not one of government's citizenship by investment programs. It is financed by American. It has impacted the construction work negatively. Plans are well in place for the completion of phase 1 of the project, guided by
bedrooms with showers, no kitchens, chalet type. We originally had been hoping by Christmas, shipping in materials and such, but other than that, our first stage here, we're getting close to having first stage go, and then we'll continue on with the rooms.
He added that the Casada Bay Resort Limited will target both long-term and short-term visitors locally, regionally, and internationally, offering top quality and upscale accommodations to all.
They have people looking for long-term from other countries, with the chalets and so on.
Hennessy said the resort was. He said a proposal was presented to the government of Grenada and now awaits approval.
We've submitted for a permit for some moorings here so that we can look to the boating people, the catamarans, cats, sailboats, all the people traveling, that they may moor overnight, maybe come for dinner. Plus, you'll have 30-some rooms available for Carriacou. So hopefully, along with that, and put some people to work, which generated work from when we started, and we hope to continue to do that.
The cost of the project was requested, however, that request was denied. Cherry Blackman Stephen, GBN News.
Another passing out parade was held at the Royal Grenada Police Force SSU camp. Last 2 new recruits completed their 3-month police training to start their new chapter to protect and serve. More in this report from Rinape.
From a 3-month police training on September 2nd. The training, which commenced in July, focused on areas under a series of vigorous physical and academic training over the 9 weeks, which placed them in many situations that tested their abilities. Women police experience.
To be greeted with the words, fail or fear. As we prepared for kit and barrack inspection, we thoroughly squared out because failing kit and barrack inspection came with consequences. This meant that we were denied our weekend off, but we did not give up. We kept pushing.
Deputy Commissioner Franklin Redhead encouraged the officers to execute their best daily and always exercise patience and reasoning in their job.
There are enormous burdens that could be of adversity and seemingly daunting challenges. Never allow these issues that haunt you, and they were seeking assistance for whatever reason will also make you braver and stronger than you ever thought you were.
The course ended with a 76 pass rate. This is the second batch of recruits graduating from the RGPF training school for this year. For GBN News, I am Rina Pear reporting.
Welcome back to young girls running away from home. According to the minister, there are many reasons why these girls may leave home, but 90% of...
Because after discussion, you realize that there are a lot of social issues at home. We realize that they are young parents, are the mothers or the fathers, they have no fathers or no male figure in the household. So there are a number of social issues in some of the houses, and therefore, as a ministry, we deal with those issues without coming to the public and say, well, we found that person and we're doing A, B, C, or D, but we do it privately.
The ministry provides counseling and parenting classes for the parents and children in order to find an amicable solution to any family problems. Minister Thomas explains that they have also been working hand in hand with the Royal Grenada Police Force, as several people have been arrested in these cases.
So once you find them in a particular home, whether or not they have been involved with any boy there or what, the household, the person in the house, the person in charge of the house will be arrested by the police, or should be arrested, because I'm not sure for every case, but for that, because that you cannot harbor a minor. That's the first part. And secondly, a whole medical and be able to deal with.
In other news, Jonas Brown and Hubbard's Grenada Limited is honoring its commitment to helping needy students. The company has been a sponsor of the Grenada Community Development Agency Grenada. Student assistance, along with other corporate entities, will help Grenada to support some of the marginalized youngsters in these communities. Wayne is pivotal to the country's growth. This is the same pool of talent we will be looking to for our future workforces, even with the light of these challenging times. End of quote. Over 20 students virtually due to COVID-19.
24 participants from the summer school program were awarded certificates of completion of the virtual initiative. It was held for a duration of 6 weeks, beginning July 9th to August 21st. The agenda was to introduce environmental education to 8 schools in St. George, with focus on natural freshwater resources and marine ecosystem conservation. Khadija Edwards, National Coordinator of the Global Environmental Facility Small Grant Program, which funded the initiative.
We are hoping that this will be an avenue and create opportunities for youth students to learn and share. They are better equipped to be environmental champions and will take the knowledge, skills, and experiences into their adult life. The success of this initiative was not only reliant on the Jeff SGP program providing the funding, but also on the ability of the Grenada Community Library to be able to...
Importance of environmental education during her address to the participants.
Environmental education, natural resources, has caused the environment much distress. In light of this, emphasis, therefore, was placed on protection and conservation of the environment. Environmental science now can be found as a course of study in most collegiate institutions at the baccalaureate level and also at the graduate or master's level. Why, you may ask? Well,
were given a tour of several sites to observe the marine ecosystem and other related systems. They also participated in practical community and school projects to help create awareness reporting.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
And Lauriston Airport in Carriacou, the Grenada Airports Authority has made changes to its operations that will... When you come to the airport, wearing of face coverings are required upon entry. Only ticketed passengers, crew members, and airport employees will be allowed to enter the airport terminal. Temperature checks using contact-free thermometers will be conducted on all passengers. Only asymptomatic passengers will be allowed to proceed to the check-in process, while passengers with elevated temperatures will be referred to the public health desk for secondary assessment. After checking in, passengers are to proceed directly to immigration and security checkpoints with completed ED forms, calls, and await boarding call by seat number. All arriving passengers and crew must wear a mask before entering the terminal building, observe physical distancing, and sanitize upon entry. In addition to completing an ED form, arriving passengers must be conducted within 7 days of travel. Mandatory quarantine for a minimum of 2 to 4 days. Visit www.covid19.gov.gd for regular updates. Passengers will be required to pay for all tests, monitoring, and accommodation as necessary. Once cleared to proceed to Immigration and Customs, passengers will be directed to the GAA-approved taxi dispatcher's desk. Passengers traveling from a green zone will be directed to a separate pickup location. Passengers who are not cleared will be directed by the public health officials. The GAA has strengthened its operational practices to help reduce the transmission of COVID-19 while bringing peace of mind to passengers and staff, providing a safe travel experience for all.
Between the ages of 3 and 16, send us a video that showcases your talents. Whether it's singing, dancing, playing an instrument, reciting poetry, or a monologue, or any other talent, now is your time to shine. Email shineongbn@gmail.com. It's easy like 1, 2, 3. The program will premiere on GBN's YouTube channel soon, so get on it. Remember, it's shineongbn@gmail.com.
GBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners in Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad, and beyond. Capturing the latest in news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Credible, informative. Thank you for making us #1. News at 7, live, Monday to Friday on GBN Television, Facebook page, and YouTube channel, and www.gbn.gd. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere.
You've spoken, we have heard. Now we're making more time available for your evening primetime shows on K105. From Monday, July 6th, Your Law will air from 6 to 7 p.m. On Tuesdays, Simply Agriculture. And on Wednesdays, join discussions on constitution reform in partnership with Island Media. At 5:55 p.m., we bring Zool on local, regional, and international events, followed by News at 7 via simulcast with GBN Television. Join Godfrey Augustine for stimulating discussions on Release It from 8 p.m. on Wednesdays and Thursdays. GBN's K105.5 and 105.9. We're with .gd.
So much to see. Every corner I turn, there's something there to remind me of my beautiful nation and what it means to me. Not a thing out of place, that's what's special about it. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a sound that's everlasting, and there's no end in sight. Just the beginning of our lives, sweet Grenada. This is home, yes. And do you hear? It's the songs the birds are singing. Do you hear? It's a sound that's everlasting, and there's no end in sight. Just the beginning of our lives, sweet Grenada. This is home, 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 sweet Grenada. Yeah, this is home.
It is important to know what your road signs and markings means. The zigzag lines means you should not park in the marked area. Parking is allowed inside the solid white lines on the edge of the road. Remember, look out for pedestrians. Be sure the vehicle comes to a complete stop before crossing. These tips can save your life. These tips can make our roads safer. Be safe, be seen, be smart. A message from the Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force.
Thank you for your patience. Those of you just joining, happy to have you. Good morning to you as well. Better late than never, yes? All right, before we get into this morning's topic of the day, we're going to do an interview this morning with officials of the U.S. Embassy. I have joining us virtually is Chargé d'Affaires Karl Duckworth. Talk to us about the CARICOM Youth Ambassadors on Professional Development. Good morning, Mr. Duckworth. CARICOM Youth Ambassadors on Professional Development.
Webinars on Facebook Live next week that will really help anyone who is interested in transferring to a new position or getting out there and look.
What has been the information that you've received that you thought this is a good idea as well?
Of COVID here. The tourism sector is down. St. George's University is going virtual. They're looking to either change jobs or to work for a different organization. And these webinars will really set you up to do that well. It's everything from how I didn't have any kind of training in this. I just went to interviews over and over again, and I started seeing the same questions over and over again, such as what is your strength? What is your weakness? And so this will really help people prepare for that so that they're thinking about the answers to those questions. And that's one of my biggest problems. I have a tendency to want to write everything in my resume, so it's 4 or 5, 6 pages long. But people who are doing the hiring process, usually it's a multi-stage process. And really, to even get the interview, you have to have somebody look at your resume. And the key to that is shorter is better. Write the impact. Write how you will affect the organization. Will be tips for the interviews. And that, I think, is, again, something that anyone who is even considering looking for a new job should really attend. I think most people go into an interview chance to ask questions, and I would recommend that every single person do that. Either ask a question about the organization or tell a little bit more about yourself. That's really your chance to shine at the end of the interview. And this on Wednesday's seminar, we'll give a lot of useful tips on how to do that. And then Friday, how to, using social media platforms. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's actually the CARICOM Youth Ambassadors along with U.S. Embassy Bridgetown who are putting it together. The CARICOM Youth Ambassadors that come to town agreed with them. We have lots of successful exchange programs, and some of the components of these exchange programs are to have an internships. But specifically, these are aimed toward younger professionals. However, I would say that anyone of any age who is looking to transfer jobs or to get into the job market, I know some high schoolers who are actually going to attend because they're thinking ahead. Yeah, absolutely. It's free to page at U.S. Embassy Barbados, and it'll be free for everyone. They don't need to sign up. All they need to do is just go to the webpage and it'll be there.
Has the U.S. Embassy done this before in any of the islands in the region?
No, to my knowledge, they have not done anything like this. This was a relatively new endeavor. Again, the idea was brought by CARICOM Youth Ambassadors, and I think everyone just saw a real need for this. Again, as I said before, this stuff is not usually taught. It's just something that you try and try again, you fail until you finally get a job. So hopefully this will skip over the failing part. We've made we've done all the failing, and we're going to pass on that knowledge to all of you. So anybody who is again looking for a new job or of any age should tune in. Then that's noon to 1 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of next week.
How important would you say this should be for young people to encourage them to participate and benefit from?
And those weren't the kind of jobs you need to interview, but as I got to be 16, 17, 18 and started interviewing for jobs, I had no idea what I was doing. So I'd walk into these sessions just blind and not, and hoping to land a job. So I would have loved something like this. So either getting a new job or entering the job market, I would recommend everybody tune in. You can do it from home. You don't need to go anywhere. It's free. You don't need to sign up. So very easy. And I think it's going to really give some really great skills, things, again, that are not taught and maybe you haven't thought about. And wouldn't it be better to land a job on the first or second time rather than the 10th or 12th time?
What would you say to the people who may be a bit apprehensive or skeptical about joining? What's in it for the U.S. or the U.S. Embassy? How would you respond to somebody who's maybe thinking twice?
With the government here in Grenada quite a bit, and on a almost daily basis. However, my bread and butter is people-to-people diplomacy, and I think investing in people, the human capital, is really the way forward in Grenada and Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean. I mean, the people in Grenada are so wonderful and so smart, and again, anything we can do to leverage that to help them, I think we win. And there's such strong connections between the United States and Grenada. So many people, and again, I see that at the embassy. So many connections to New York, and again, maybe not right now with COVID and the direct flights being closed, but we see so many connections, and anything we can do to invest in the people and the human capital here is something that I think would benefit everyone.
Any plans?
The programs is we encourage networks. That's people of like minds to get together and to continue this. So that's a great question. Politics program that just ended about a week and a half ago. And that was a fantastic program, again, all around the Eastern Caribbean. And what we do at the end of these programs is encourage the people who are involved to build a network. And that way they can share best practices, share ideas. And that's something that the U.S. Embassy doesn't know.
While the main aim of the sessions would be to help young people prepare for the job market, you personally as a...
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I want everybody to be successful. I want everybody to, if they want out there and to go get a job or whatever their hopes and dreams are, I want them to accomplish that. That is my hope and dream. And if we can give people the skills or the opportunity to do that, then I think that my job is done. But I think if, again, if I were to, as a person who is hired, both the person who's applied for jobs, but also a person who's the hiring official, at the end of every interview is an opportunity for the app to say, oh, do you have any questions or do you have anything additional to say? They go, no, oh, thanks, I'm good. So I think every person should really take that opportunity to tell a little bit about themselves, to help them stand out from every fit for the organization. And the other thing I would say is every applicant before going to an interview should really do a little bit of research on the organization that they're entering. If it's possible, know the person who's doing the interview, but that's not always possible. But at least go in there knowing aim and energy to know the sector and to know the individual organization itself. Again, all these are things that will be taught on Wednesday's class. There are a lot of little tips like that, and some of these 5 minutes can make or break these interviews. And help a person get their foot in the door and at the end of the day be hired.
Somebody is asking on the WhatsApp, would the U.S. Embassy be helping network the participants with companies so they can apply for jobs after the session?
No, that's something that's a little bit outside of our area of expertise. I mean, the sectors out there across the Eastern Caribbean, from the CARICOM Youth Ambassadors, Barbados and St. Kitts and Nevis, who will be there networking in particular.
All right. So as we wrap up, just remind us what the sessions are, when they'll be held, how folks can join and participate.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much. So they're next week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from noon till 1 p.m. Everybody can go to the U.S. Embassy Barbados Facebook page and attend there virtually. The section on Monday is on resume writing. The session on Wednesday is tips for the interview, and the session on Friday is marketing yourself in 2020. And I hope to see everyone there.
And remind us, it is free of charge.
Absolutely free of charge. All you have to do is show up and listen. You can actually be doing other things as you're listening, so nobody will know.
And is there a maximum that you're looking for to accommodate in the sessions?
I think we can actually accommodate everyone who signs in, so as many or as little as a 10. And again, if this is popular and this is useful, we'll look at other things like this. Maybe we'll continue this program, but maybe we'll look at other options. And the good thing about Facebook is it can accommodate everybody's responses right then and there. Things that would be useful for people out there, especially during the time of COVID, and please let us know.
Great. Thank you so much, Mr. Duckworth, for sharing the information with us. Hopefully it'll be a resounding success.
Thank you so much, Blossom, and have a wonderful day.
Thanks, you too. Keep safe.
Thank you.
All right. And that was U.S. Chargé d'Affaires Karl Duckworth speaking to us about a collaboration or a joint program between the U.S. Embassy and the CARICOM Youth Ambassadors on Professional Development. There are free sessions taking place next Monday. We're going to take a quick break and then we're going to come back. This is Good Morning Grenada, Classic GBN Hot 98. We'll be right back.
Get away from your daily stress with a Grenada vacation at the Koyaba Beach Resort. Koyaba is located on the world-famous Grenada Beach and boasts 5.5 acres of beautiful garden. Excellent service, good food and drink, well-appointed rooms and friendly staff in a safe environment. Facilities include 2 restaurants restaurants to bars, swimming pool, water sports, tennis, gym, and body treatment rooms. Call 473-444-4129.
Total is one of the world's largest oil companies with a top quality line of lubricants. Total Lubricants has a full product line from passenger cars, motorcycle, heavy industrial equipment, mining, trucking, agriculture, and manufacturing machines and vehicles. Total Lubricants, winning championships in motorsports, including Formula One and World Rally Championships. Total Lubricants are available at all Rubis service stations, leading automotive shops, and distributed by Huggins.
Whenever we're faced with difficulties, we find comfort in those we know and trust. This is especially true when a loved one has died.
Welcome to Otway Bailey Funeral Home.
For over 100 years, Otway Bailey Funeral Home has helped families celebrate the lives of their loved ones with compassion and dignity. Our affordability, attention to detail, warm and caring staff has contributed us being the funeral home of choice for official and state funerals. We treat you as we would treat our own family. All of our services are designed to help you get through one of the most personal and challenging stages of life, whether it's planning a funeral, joining our burial society, or pre-arrangements. You can be assured of the Otway Bailey commitment to consistently provide the most caring and professional service possible with the best options and price. So call us 440-2558 or visit our website, otwaybaileyfuneralhome.org.
At Otway Bailey, we offer the perfect tribute any family can afford.
I can't wait to see my granddaughter.
This is a plastic bag. From February 1st, these bags are not to be used when shopping for food. So here's what you should do. Refuse plastic. Instead, bring your own reusable shopping bags and say goodbye to plastic. Walk with your reusable shopping bags and help protect pure Grenada from plastic pollution. A message from the Ministry of Climate Resilience.
Stop the spread of germs that can make you and others sick. Cover your nose and mouth with a tissue when you cough or sneeze. If you don't have a tissue, use your elbow. Wash hands often, especially after coughing or sneezing into a tissue.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. All right, let's get into this morning's topic of the day. Talk the things. Good morning, Robbie. Talk the Things Thursday. This morning, or should I say today, it is World Suicide Prevention Day. So this morning we're going to share some tips. How have you been able to deal with and cope with the mental challenges of your life? Not just COVID-19, but from birth. Yeah, man, we could have stress in primary school. Too much homework. Day, September 10th, 2020. Share your tips with us. There just might be somebody listening who may be able to use your ideas and use your thoughts and apply it to their own situations, and you just might help someone this morning. So share with us, how have you been able to deal with and cope with the mental challenges of your life? Call us on the landline 435-2041, or you can write out your map. You can also share on the GBN Television Facebook page and the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel. How have you been able to deal with and cope with the mental challenges of your life? Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning, Blossom. How are you this morning?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderfully well by the grace of God.
Amen.
Yeah, so grateful to be alive this morning, because many people did not wake up. A lot of people died this morning. Sometimes we take it for granted. So I'm so excited and super blessed to be alive this morning. But what I would say, I grew up in a dysfunctional home. And I went through a lot of hardships. Growing up as a child, a lot. Well, I grew up in poverty, first of all. We were very poor. But one thing, it's alive at 93 years, and all her faculty is intact. I mean, she's such an amazing woman of God. But I want to say that what I was able to keep me sane, although I went insane certain times during my life, God, nothing else. Because yesterday I called and I shared, it was, today that is Suicidal Day?
Suicide Prevention Day, yes.
Right, Suicide Prevention Day. I called and I shared. Unfortunately, the minister did not hear anything that I said on the PS when the minister said, so unfortunate. But anyway, it went out, the message went out. So I want to say the only thing that has kept me is depression. And as I said yesterday, the first episode that I went through, I was suicidal. The devil gave me a step-by-step plot to end my life because I became hopeless. I didn't see no way out. And although I was a Christian, I loved the Lord, I became hopeless. It's possible to become hopeless because, you see, depression is something that is really, the devil came up with what he thought was a brilliant plan to get me out. But Blossom, could I tell you something? The devil hasn't stopped. Since I was a baby, the devil tried. I said, wait now. I said, that devil really dumb. Because since I was a baby, tried to get me out. Now I'm an adult. I'm a senior citizen. I'm 63 years old. I'm not ashamed to say that. And the devil's still trying to get me out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So Blossom, I just want to express they are suffering silently because depression could be something that it doesn't have a face.
Okay.
You might see somebody walking around, they look all well, but they are depressed.
All right.
All right?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Sharing this morning, how have you been able to deal and cope with the mental challenges of your life? Share this morning. You just may help someone who is going through it as we recognize World Suicide Prevention Day today. And back to the phone lines. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, my dear sweetheart.
Good morning, Miss Jacob. How you do?
Blossom, how you do, baby?
I'm good. All is well?
I'm more than well, I could say. My good morning, Mommy. You bring a wonderful, beautiful, handsome daughter for us, Sister Blossom. Okay, well, sister, my dear Sister Blossom, Chol. And you have to have the Lord with you and my mother, my heavenly mother, Mary. Oh, God, that woman beautiful and handsome. Yeah, the devil want to wipe me out, but he couldn't make it. When I had 19 years, you know when you wash clothes and iron more than me and fried jacks? Nobody at all. Especially he had one day again. Oh, Lord, Sister Blossom. I had an auntie. Well, you see, you know when you're growing up now, so how you have, I born with that. Well, I bring for that child. I had a child, X469. X469, I had a child. Well, the child dead. When he had 5 months, the Lord take it. The Lord said to you, are you unable to fight up with that child? Well, I accept it. And one day again, the devil come behind me.
So how were you able to deal with that, Ms. Jacob?
How I able to deal with that? Self-control.
Okay.
He could not control me. Nobody on the face of the earth could control me. No. Because I grounded with the Lord and Our Lady. What? Let me tell you something. I am a member of the Legion of Infants in the Past. So the devil can't touch me. The devil cannot touch my soul. My soul is grounded in the Lord.
Okay,
Up
good.
to now, 2018, the devil tried to come and attack me again, but he couldn't make it.
He can make it. All right.
No, he can't make it.
Thank you so much, Miss Jacob.
Auntie Blossom, you just have the Lord on your side.
I do. Thank you so
Call
much.
her name every minute if you go to raise your right foot. You raise your right foot. Say, Daddy, can I raise my left foot, please? And if he tell you no, don't do it.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
Blossom.
Have a good day.
Have a wonderful day. God bless you, girl, and I love you, baby.
Love, Miss Jacob.
Bye-bye.
All right. Have a good one. All right, let me check the social media. Somebody on Facebook is asking if it is true that in our laws, attempted suicide could get you arrested and charged. Why not bring such people for mental, psychological, or at the discretion of the authorities? I have not. It is in the law, but I have not heard of someone being charged for it. It is, as I said, it is at the discretion of the authorities if they want. As far as I am aware, it could have happened, but I am not aware of anyone being charged for attempted suicide. Somebody on WhatsApp, the higher one helps me deal with the situation. I could not do it on my own without Jesus Christ. Another WhatsApper says, I read and quote applicable scripture verses and put my name in where necessary. Gives me a great positive boost. Somebody else on WhatsApp says, keeping focus will be a fighter, accept failure, but let it be also motivation to keep going. Also join positive groups, as in your church and community groups, plus get involved in sporting activities in some way. I deal with these challenges, but put God first in every aspect. This morning we're looking at how people have dealt and coped with the mental struggles of life. Today it is World Suicide Prevention Day, and we're sharing on how people have coped. Hopefully the messages can reach someone and help someone, especially today. Another person says, I was suicidal in high school in Form 4. I was 16 years old. I started to study, and it was the first time I came first in secondary school. I then got a boyfriend 2 years later, and he talked to me and always reinforced that I think too much. I left school 20 years now. 2 of my companions attempted suicide. 1 succeeded. I have never tried. God bless you, dear. Another WhatsApper. I'm going on till the phone rings. Another WhatsApper says, I am the young man that was in the situation in Rosen in St. Patrick. It is not easy for me right now, but I am trusting in God and prayed every day because things people are saying about me, it is not easy, but I am holding on my advice to anyone. Hold on and trust in God. I think I recall the situation you're speaking about, young man, just like you said. Trust in the Lord. Hold stern. Keep fighting. It will get better someday. It will get better. Let me go back to the phone lines. Good morning, caller.
Morning, greetings, Sister Blossom.
Greetings, how you do?
They are holding on.
All right, hold on.
I'm trying to express myself in a certain way because I had experience. You see, our mind is so powerful, but if we doesn't get to know ourselves, fear does take over. Many times we don't understand our inner voice. And sometimes when that inner voice turned on, we doesn't know how to respond to it. And when you don't know how to respond to it, sometimes the wrong people try to address it and only make you worse. Now, fear of death is one of the greatest things. And I say, the fear of one being born, we never saw when we born. We only come to realize our life in this flesh. Death is like the same. When we watch a person die and they lie down and the eyes open bright and you pass your hand in front, you can't move. It's like a baby just born. You pass your hand in front of the eyes, you can't move until you go through that process because it's stages. Death is one going back into womb and come again. So let me do the best we can here and leave the things that we know It's like trying to hang your heart where your hand can't reach. And when that happens now, you get frustrated not knowing you can't. It's like the situations that happen with this corona business. A lot of people end up stressed out. Because why? Some people hang their heart where the hand can reach. Some people is honest and they reach to the stage that they wasn't expecting such situation. So, I am saying, don't let anything else get into your mind. Take your mind to be you. You have to know yourself. And when you know yourself, you will know your behavior. You will know when you feel sick. You will know when your head hurts you. You will know when you're vexed. You will know. So you have to take control. Take control of your own mind. That is ours. And learn to understand that something inside us does talk to us. And listen, and when you know what is right from wrong, when this voice talking to you, you can't be wrong. Give thanks, my sister. I hope it can help somebody to strengthen themselves and don't get tied up in weakness. The devil is in us. The God is in us. You see good, you do good. You say bad, you end up doing bad. We have to take control of our own mind. My sister, much thanks.
You give thanks. Thank you so much. Let me quickly scroll through the social media before we go back. Somebody on Facebook says, when your walls are closing in on you, you step out of the box and find positive venues. Confide in someone that you can trust. Let me go to WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, my husband left me with 3 small children. Although it was difficult, the situation caused me to get closer to God. I was almost institutionalized, but God intervened on my behalf. Today I am strong and moving on in the Lord. To God be the glory. Amen. Amen. Ooh. Okay, this one tougher than I thought. All right, let's do this. Let me go back by the phone lines. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning, Blossom. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Great.
All right.
What I look at this, okay, the situation we are in right now, for the past 20 years, I've been trying and pleading and begging. If you have to fix this problem here, men is in crisis in Grenada.
Sorry, caller, could you just speak up a little bit, please?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Men are in crisis in Grenada. Over the years, most of the programs was geared towards one gender. Okay, we preaching one and we doing something else. Now, I listened to the minister for the past 2 days, and she's singing, and she's on the right track with what she has seen. But are they really willing to work and fix this problem? Because up to now, I've been to social service. I went to ask them. I present programs. When you look and you see the documents coming out with programs what they created. So they're working with some persons in the country, and they're not working with some. Grant funding is coming and they're directing to others. These young men in the country part and wherever it is, telling them God is the answer, telling them to pray, telling them to talk to somebody, you could only give what you have. If you don't have the experience and you don't have the training in order to talk to these people and them and to lead them to the direction and guide them, you're going to have a problem. A lot of these young boys, yes, they go to school and they teach them about academics. They never teach them skill. They never teach them survival skill. They never teach them how to make the right decision. Okay, and it come back again to the mother. Okay, the Bible talk about it, and they're going to get upset when they hear this because a woman brought 2 children in the world, not 1, and the focus is only on the girl. All the policies, every time these ministers meet for the past 20 years, is about changing policies only to get at one gender. We need to look out for these boys and them. Otherwise, you're going to see more of these problems going to happen because people need to put food. In agriculture also, we have agriculture minister. We have a PS, but the focus is only on one area. Because when I talk to farmers, up to now, they never really meet with the farmers on the ground who doing the work. And when you get the producer again, they come up again with policies. Yes, and we support the policies that come out. But did they look about the farmer who do have money and somebody assisting him in the garden and he share the produce with him and the man have to sell it? No, you go actually bring land paper in order to sell. Where you get the land paper when you're assisting? So there's different persons doing other things out here who looking at these things. Okay? So therefore you're going to have more problems like that. Okay? The churches need to get up, and I've been saying so for years, the churches in this place here only studying the best way to see how they could get money from the members' pocket. They read so far till some of them have debit card machine inside the church, so you can swipe the card if you can't pay collection and stuff. The churches should be used as community centers. The Ministry of Sports need to get out there in the communities and get young people into group and sit down and talk about business, talk about manufacturing.
Okay.
You understand? We need to go this direction, otherwise you're going to have some serious people are frustrated out here, and sweet talk and bold talk would not help the situation.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me go to the social media. Somebody on Facebook says persons who attempted suicide need venues to vent their problems and be listened to. They need help. Social and spiritual intervention should be the management and not state-implemented punishment. Somebody else on Facebook says not everyone is strong enough to take control. Sometimes there must be a positive intervention. Another post on Facebook, I think it starts in our homes and continued in the school. For example, we have to give love to the people in our homes and having counselors in schools to listen to the children, because most of them going through lots of stress and have no one they can relate to or talk to. I think school plays a great role or a great part to diffuse certain situations. I agree with that part about the necessity of schools being able to help our children cope, and the counselors need to be trustworthy and dependable. I have heard from students who say they don't feel comfortable with the counselors in the schools themselves, so they prefer to go elsewhere. That shouldn't be. Let me make a last pass on WhatsApp as we close. Somebody on WhatsApp says, brave young man from Rose Hill, may God keep and strengthen him. God's word is powerful. Apply it to your life. And another WhatsApper says, Tamara Songbird St. Bernard has a great song about depression and suicide that would be great for the show. It's called Ja Battle. Yes, I'm aware of Ja Battle. I'm laughing at your earlier posts in that same message. It's time now to join the BBC for the 8 a.m. newscast. Thank you guys so much for participating. To the folks who may need assistance, reach out to someone. You may not necessarily want to go to a quote-unquote professional counselor or somebody in the Ministry of Social Development, but look for somebody close by. Mommy, daddy, best friend, sister, brother, former teacher, your pastor. There may be somebody who can help. Reach out a hand. Whatever you're going through, don't take it and internalize all on your own. Let somebody help you get through what you're going through. It may be the smallest of matters to the biggest of battles. Somebody can help you. Have yourselves a productive Wednesday. It's World Suicide Prevention Day. Reach out to someone you know going through a tough time. Reach out to somebody you haven't spoken to in a while. If somebody crosses your mind today that hasn't crossed your mind in a while, there may be a reason. Reach out a hand. Let's join the BBC. Have yourselves a productive Wednesday. No, a thankful Thursday. What am I? It's Thankful Thursday. Have a good one.
It's mighty